Today marks the beginning of a remarkable journey filled with opportunities for learning, growth, and self-discovery. Now I'd like to request the August audience to raise up for Tamil Thai Vartham.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் மகனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
We would like to welcome Dr. T. Thyagarajan, Pro Vice Chancellor, VIT Chennai, to welcome the gathering.
And Honorable Chancellor, Sir, very esteemed Vice President, Dr. Sekar Viswanathan, Sir, esteemed Chief Guest for today's function, former Chief Secretary, Dr. Irai Anbu, IAS, Sir, respected guest of honor, an illustrious alumnus of first batch of VIT, Mr. Ramesh Barath, Assistant Vice President, Brand Management, Ramco Systems, respected advisor to Chancellor, Professor S.P. Thyagarajan, Sir, our Additional Registrar, Dr. P.K. Manoharan, Dean Academics, Dr. Naimullah Khan, Director Student Welfare, Dr. Rajashekaran, the colleagues from VIT campus, respected parents, and my dear young, energetic, and enthusiastic student friends, very good morning to all of you. Thank you, thank you. I am Professor T. Thyagarajan. There is one Thyagarajan, S.P. Thyagarajan, he is the advisor. I am T. Thyagarajan, so don't get confused. It's indeed a very unique privilege and rare honor for me to welcome all of you to this great university, VIT Chennai. தமிழ்நாட்டிலிருந்து கேரளாவிலிருந்தும் வருகை தந்திருக்கும் பெற்றோர்கள் மாணவர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் வருக வருக என்று இந்த விஐடி பல்கலைக்கழகத்தின் சார்பாக வரவேற்கிறேன். எந்த குழந்தையும் நல்ல குழந்தைத்தான் மண்ணில் பிறக்கையிலே, எந்த குழந்தையும் நல்ல குழந்தைத்தான் மண்ணில் பிறக்கையிலே, அவன் நல்லவனாவதும் தீயவனாவதும் அன்னை வளர்ப்பதிலே. அப்படி அந்த அன்னைக்கு பிறகு உங்களை வளர்த்து ஒரு நல்ல எதிர்காலத்தை கொடுக்கறதுக்கு உத்தரவாதம் இந்த விஐடி பல்கலைக்கழகம். ఆంధ్రా నుంచి తెలంగాణ నుంచిను పేరెంట్స్ను విద్యార్థినులు వచ్చున్నారు. భావి భారత సౌభాగ్య సౌధానికి విద్యార్థులు మూలస్తంభం లాంటి వాళ్ళన్న వివేకానంద చెప్పారు. ఆ మూలస్తంభంగా మీ విద్యార్థులను మార్చడం మా బాధ్యతగా స్వీకరిస్తున్నాం. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರೋ ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗೆ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನವು ಎಂದೂ ಮರೆಯದ ಭಾರತ ರತ್ನವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಉತ್ತರವಾದ. ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನವು ಎಂದೂ ಮರೆಯದ ಭಾರತ ರತ್ನವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಆಗಿರೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಉತ್ತರವಾದ. उत्तर भारत, many people have come. सबको मैं स्वागत करता हूँ. आज से आपके देखभाल हमारा देखभाल है. आज से आपकी मेहनत हमारा मेहनत है. आपसे आपकी भविष्य हमारा भविष्य है. That is what I wanted to tell on behalf of the VIT family. Sabke saath, sabka vikas. Ladies and gentlemen, my role is to talk only about VIT. Baki sab, there are the excellent speakers there to tell you what you have to take care. Our Honorable Chancellor, from a remote village near Gudiyatham, a visionary leader, made a humble beginning in a small place called Abdullapuram, starting an engineering college with 180 students. Today, VIT across India, Vellore, Chennai, Bangalore, Bhopal, Amravati, from 180 to 7,000 students studying in this great VIT family. In the 40 years, the journey of VIT is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly amazing. The main reason for that is none other than a pragmatic policy maker, a socially conscious educationist, a visionary leader, an administrator with impeccable professional career, an illustrious alumnus of Harvard Business School, Loyola College, and Madras Law School, none other than our esteemed Chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan, sir. For the contribution he made for the nation building, very aptly, recently, the Binghamton University of USA honored him with the PhD. I request the young students present here give a standing ovation to our esteemed Chancellor. Even before the national education policy came into picture, our visionary chancellor thought it is not the engineering and technology alone that should grow. All the disciplines, you name the discipline, architecture, law, science, BBA, MBA, arts, science, on all the disciplines, he thought we should start the program and offer these programs for the young minds. Today, across all the states in India and 54 countries across the globe, the students are pursuing their education in this campus. The Limca Book of Records, year after year, past 10 years, the maximum placement is happening in this university, VIT University. एक बार नहीं, दो बार नहीं, तीन बार नहीं, year after year. The R&D ecosystem in this campus is something different. The H index of this university is 198, in par with any national institute which is funded by state or central government in this part of the globe. 198 is the H index, 558,000 is the number of publications. So that shows, that reflects the R&D ecosystem in this. You all know the Stanford University. They give the 2% scientist every year. This VIT University has 58 faculty members. 58 faculty members of VIT has the name in the top 2% scientists in the world, given by none other than the benchmark Stanford University. When you want to shout at somebody, you must be slow. When you want to appreciate, you must be louder. Tell me which university has got so many faculty members? listed in top 2% in the Stanford University scientists. Under the visionary leadership of our Chancellor, VIT holds the distinction of the first Indian university to get QS 4-star rating. First Indian Engineering Technology University to offer ABET USA and AACSB and IET UK accredited programs. There is another accreditation agency, NAC accreditation agency. As and when there is a due for this NAC accreditation, VIT University voluntarily went for the accreditation. Today we have the fourth cycle. In the fourth cycle, we scored 3.66 out of 4 by the NAC accreditation. Our consistent performance in the previous NAC accreditation resulted in not 5 years conventional accreditation. They said you take 7 years of accreditation. That is the uniqueness of this great university, VIT. There is another ranking framework, National Institutional Ranking Framework. In another 1 week, we are going to get the 8th edition result. Again, ladies and gentlemen, year after year, ek bar nahi, do bar nahi, it's not an ad hoc performance. Year after year, you name the performance metric, university, engineering, research, VIT has been in top 10 in all these editions of a National Institutional Ranking Framework. Our esteemed Vice President, Dr. Sekar Viswanathan, unlike in other managements, he is the rank holder of University of Madras, BA ECE. He has international exposure in pursuing MS, in working in top-notch companies like IBM, Walmart, secured Best Engineering Manager Award there, Best Achiever Award by Walmart. Then he thought that enough experience will be useful to come back to the alma mater, and give back to the alma mater whatever he has learned across the globe. He was the pioneer in successful implementation of the STARS program, support the advancement of rural student scheme, fully flexible credit system, semester abroad program, and curriculum for applied learning. Pioneering initiatives spearheaded by our Vice President. Friends, VIT Chennai started in 2010. This is the 14th year. You leave the 4 years of incubation. Within these 10 years, amazing things have been happening in this VIT Chennai. 110 acres, more than 19,600 students. 19,600 students. We maintain 1:15 faculty ratio. 50% of them we are able to accommodate in the hostel. We start innovative programs as and when required for the benefit of the state, for the benefit of the region, for the benefit of the nation, and benefit of the global requirement in line with our vision statement. In these past 10 years, 445 PhD scholars came out of this VIT campus. And the consultancy is more than 2 crores. The placement, more than 85%, and the maximum salary is 59 lakhs, starting salary. You don't know how to count the salary, ladies and gentlemen, your starting salary. Your starting salary. We do our BTech, we do our MTech, we do our PhD, we do our postdoc, we lose hair like this, we don't get that money at the starting. That is the specialty of VIT. Ladies and gentlemen, you are having a footing here. Now I spend another 3 to 4 minutes to tell you the schools where you are going to join. As of now, you have around 750 students here, 270 male and 464 female students. Interesting, everywhere you see the women empowerment, and very rightly our esteemed Chancellor has given opportunity, First Lady Dr. Kanchana Madam to be the Vice Chancellor of this great university. VIT scope means School of Computer Science, where you are going to pursue your BSc Computer. The program in the world level, QS ranking is 401 to 500. What is the USP of VIT? Unlike other institutions where you have a curriculum and the curriculum-based labs, here we embrace the outcome-based education in the curriculum, teaching, learning, evaluation. The labs, not only curriculum lab, you have industry-based labs, you have R&D labs, you have project labs, you have makers lab, which is thrown open 24/7 for you to make gadgets, prototypes, participate in hackathon, mobathon. The industry collaboration is very high in this campus. International collaboration is a benchmark in this campus. Cyber Threat Intelligence Lab is the highlight in the scope under the R&D lab. The placement, I am talking about BSc Computer Science, Stryker, Dellite, Dell, Synopsys, SAP, TCS, Cognizant, Nokia, they regularly visit and give you handsome salary. When it comes to School of Law, the VIT School of Law, a unique recognition is Indian Institutional Ranking Framework, IIRF. We have scored top 6th rank across India, the VIT School of Law. 2 weeks back, we had a call from Central Ministry, Law Ministry, telling that they want to house a conference here with the Law Minister, Central Law Minister, with the Governor, with the Chief Justice of Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, and all places they wanted to conduct here. We were all wondering how they picked our name. It is because of our 6th rank, All India 6th rank in the Indian Institutional Ranking Framework that gave us a unique opportunity for us to conduct such a conference in this campus. The law school has a moot training hall. It also has a legal aid clinic, a computer lab for language proficiency training and legal research. The law school also has an interaction with University of Trento, international consultancy they have done for WHO. It also collaborates with the McGeorge School of Law, University of Pacific, and University of Salzburg, Austria. And industry collaboration, TVS Supply Chain Solution, Mission Legal Advocates, and the recruiters are a big list. I cannot take more time, and there are a lot of speakers. So the point I would like to mention here, ladies and gentlemen, is the VIT is different. In what way it is different? Unlike conventional curriculum, you have space for overall growth. Unlike simply curriculum-based laboratory, you have industry lab, R&D lab, project lab. You also have a makers lab where you can do your own gadgets and perform that in your competitions. The faculty members are all PhD holders, most of them with the postdoctoral research. The collaboration is international. The industry collaboration in terms of consultancy training is benchmark. This is what is the uniqueness of this great institute, friends. Let me not take more time. Let me conclude by recalling the remarks of Henry Ford, the American inventor and business magnate. Coming together is beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Let us all work together. Let us all, the parents, the students, the faculty, the management, we all work together to give you a wonderful career. Ye hamara guarantee hai. Wonderful career for all of you. Thereby, we add value to the crowning glory of this great institute. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I once again welcome all of you for this happening place. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. And we are very sure that now the students' self-esteem would have been elevated for making a right choice of joining VIT. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Sekar Viswanathan, Vice President, VIT Chennai, for the felicitation address.
Good morning, everyone. It's tough to follow up such a great speech. We have heard of so many other guarantees in the country. Now we have our own guarantee by Pro-VC. So I'm sure it will be a great success. So I actually joined our Pro-VC sir in welcoming our chief guest and guest of honor. I know there will be a formal introduction about them, but I just wanted to appreciate the humbleness of our chief guest. You know, he's such a renowned scholar, but the way he treats everybody, some, officers, even with small posts, power goes to their head. But he has seen the topmost post of the state. You should see and learn the humbleness of such a great officer. We thank you, sir. Thank you for coming and addressing our students. And the other highlight of the day is Mr. Ramesh Barath. He belongs to the first batch of our institution. I belong to the third batch. He belongs to the first batch. When Pro-VC sir mentioned about Abdullapuram, there was a bungalow, that's where our institution originated, that's where our chancellor planted that seed. So he can proudly say that he studied in Abdullapuram. Even I cannot say that, because when I joined, we all moved to the Katpadi campus. I never went to Abdullapuram. They went there. It's a humble bungalow which was converted into a college. Now the airport is coming right next to it. You can visit that. So now I am so happy that today's batch, you are witnessing such great guests today. And you are also lucky that Chancellor joined the function today. He just returned from US late last night. And when I told him about the function, he said, immediately he is coming. And I asked him, aren't you wanting to take some rest? Because he had a hectic schedule in US. He says, last night I slept, that's enough, that's my rest. So the point I'm making is, you don't need to go through many textbooks to see role models. You see role models right in front of you. Right? For humbleness, there's so many things you can learn from living legends and sitting in front of us. For example, Chancellor, as a young school boy, he had to walk more than 10 kilometers to go to school. There is no electricity at home. There is no lamp at home. Using that Kamachi Velakku, he had to study. Such humble background. I'm sure our Irai Anbu sir also came from such humble background, but rose to great heights. How does it happen? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's sheer hard work and determination with a vision. That's what you need to observe. Hard work, determination, and you should have a vision. When Chancellor went to, Agaranjeri school or Nellurpet school, he may not have, others may not have known that he is going to become a great orator in the Indian Parliament who is going to rub shoulders with Indira Gandhi madam or Vajpayee ji. But he made it happen. Every day, he used to tell me when I was a child that he came from village. He joined the Uris college at that time. English was tough for him. So for Hindu paper, he used to keep the dictionary and understand each word so that he can read the newspaper. From that, he has won great awards. He has spoken in the parliament, and parliament speeches are even today quoted by External Affairs Minister. Last week, he quoted him in parliament. How does that happen? How does a boy from a small village where there is no bus transport becomes a great orator in parliament and now Chancellor of the top university of India? How does it happen? It doesn't happen overnight. It happens through hard work. That's what I want each and every one of you to emulate. That's what you need to think. Each and every one of you can become like this if you work hard, if you have a vision. If you are a lawyer and say, I'm going to be the best lawyer in the country. And it's not going to happen easily. Work hard, I'm sure you will get it. I want you to stay focused on your career. You know, at VIT, we want you to get the best career. Whether you are doing your BSc here, or BBA, or BCom, or law, or BTech, any program. So when we start a program, we ask ourselves, what kind of career is it going to lead to? And we make sure it's a strong career, and we are your launch pad. You are going to be the rocket, we are going to be the launch pad. We will make sure you will succeed, but you need to cooperate. You know, I don't want to take much time. There are many things in the world which is changing, whether it's the impact of artificial intelligence or the impact of social media. You got to be careful. You know, talking about social media, don't just believe what's put on social media. There's all kinds of fake news, all kinds of, you know, everything going on, but you need to be having the sense to discern between right and wrong. You need to do fact checking. You need to make sure you understand what's going on around you. You cannot be living like a frog in a well. You got to be seeing your surrounding, accordingly change everything. And one more point which I wanted to mention, ethics is very important for all of us in life. You cannot cut corner in ethics. You got to be honest. You know, your integrity cannot be questioned. Especially many of you are going to become lawyers. You know, I hear of some lawyers who are getting purchased by opposite parties. What kind of ethics is it? You know, so the key thing is, whenever somebody says he is a VITian or she is a VITian, automatically everybody should know that that person is going to be ethical. That person cannot be purchased. That person is like fire. Nobody can touch them. That kind of ethics is very, very important, because, you know, if we all tend to want success, but sometimes we forget ethics. Sometimes we resort to shortcuts. No shortcuts. Let's work hard and strive and become the top. I'm sure all of you will become great, successful professionals in life. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging and accelerating talk. We would like to introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Ramesh Barath, Assistant Vice President, Brand Management, Ramco Cements.
Mr. Ramesh Barath is from the first batch of 1984-88 of Vellore Engineering College, before its metamorphosis of Vellore Institute of Technology. The first batch brought the glory of securing the first 3 ranks in the Madras University examinations in 1988, and he was one among them. He went on to pursue his master's degree in management from the Institute of Rural Management, founded by the father of India's White Revolution, Dr. Verghese Kurian, in India's milk capital, Anand, in Gujarat. He had a long stint with Amul, where he rose to head its all India sales and distribution of several new products, which subsequently become household names in the country. His work in grassroots network expansion drew the attention of then Gujarat Chief of Reliance Infocom, who suggested that he head the marketing of Reliance Prepaid, which they were about to launch. With his experience and efforts, he made the launch a great success. With his experience in telecommunications, he came to Chennai to head the marketing of Universal, the mobile retail chain, which grew from less than 100 to over 1,000 retail stores, and from a turnover of 100 to 1,100 crores across the southern states under his stewardship. When the company was brought over by PE investors, he moved on to head the brand management of cement at Ramco, and he has been taking the famous brand to greater heights over a decade now. We thank you once again, sir. Please, we would like to welcome you to give the address.
Chief guest of today's function, Dr. Irai Anbu, our beloved Vice Chancellor, Dr. G.V., our mentor, other distinguished guests, students and parents, a very good morning to all of you. Actually, it is a matter of real pride and privilege to stand before this august audience, especially in the front of our Vice Chancellor, Chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan,
and Dr. Irai Anbu, such stalwarts are sitting on the dais. To share the dais with them is a matter of pride, and I thank you, sirs. Actually, as Dr. Sekar Viswanathan said, to speak after the Pro-Chancellor has spoken is a task. It is definitely the way he spoke in multiple languages, and sure he must have attracted the attention of audience from across the world, because this will be beamed live. So the way he spoke in several languages, and that too fluently, it is a matter of real pleasure hearing you, sir. That was a great thing that was done by you. Dr. Sekar Viswanathan, though he mentioned himself as 2 years junior to me, is another genius in his own right, a builder of institutions like his father. His father is the doyen of education in India and abroad, following on his footsteps and taking the institution to further heights and building newer and newer institutions and newer disciplines. It is a great thing, sir, and I'm very happy to share the dais with you. So, just before I would like to mention some points. These are basically born both out of experience, out of 35 years of professional experience and out of learning. Here I would like to recall one of Dr. Irai Anbu's famous quotes, which has really impressed me, sir, and that is, புத்தகத்திற்கும் பணத்திற்கும் ஓர் ஒற்றுமை உண்டு. புத்தகத்திற்கும் பணத்திற்கும் ஓர் ஒற்றுமை உண்டு. சேர்க்க ஆரம்பித்தால் இரண்டையும் விட மனம் வராது. So that is a fantastic one, sir. I will translate that into English for those of you who may not know Tamil. What he has said is, books and money have one thing in common, and that is, if you start collecting them, you will not have the mind to let it go. What it means is both your knowledge and earning money are going to be important for the future. I am sure all of you are here to make big professional careers, so please stay focused. I would like to just say 2-3 things. One is, of course, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which many of you might have already known. For those of you who do not know also, let me say, the 7 habits, what does he say first? Begin with the end in mind. Basically, you have your goal set, and then you start working towards it. So that is the first habit. Second is to be proactive and not reactive. Basically, you think that these would be the consequences, these would be the results, and therefore you plan your actions accordingly. Put first things first. Basically, that means prioritize. Now, Stephen Covey actually has given a bigger dimension to these first 3 habits. He says that is about independence. Like what you said, what I said, beginning with the end in mind, being proactive, putting first things first, he defines it under the domain of independence. Basically, when we are born, we are dependent on our mother and father, and therefore, and after that we grow. So these 3 habits put you in the domain of independence. Then he goes on to say the next 3 habits, think win-win. Means I should also win, my colleague also should win. Next, first seek to understand before you are understood. What does it mean? Tomorrow you will be building teams. You will be having colleagues with different perspectives, different points of view. But you should first seek to understand what they have to say before you want to be understood. Basically, communication is 90% listening and 10% talking. So that is what he says as the 5th habit. Next is synergize. Synergize is that each in your team may have their own strengths. You will have to synergize all of them and ensure that the organization succeeds and that your team succeeds. So these 3, basically think win-win, first seek to understand and then synergize. These he calls it as interdependence. First you're starting your career with independence, then you become interdependent. And finally he says, sharpen the saw. What does it mean? You keep on upgrading your talents and skills. Like Dr. Sekar Viswanathan said, artificial intelligence is going to stay. there are several things, tools and techniques that you need to learn, that you need to upgrade yourself. So the sharpen the saw is the seventh habit. So these 7 habits are basically the habits of highly effective people. Now, what are the highly ineffective habits of unsuccessful people? The reason I am telling both is that as you are budding, let us say budding lawyers, budding educationists, budding teachers, and you are going into several fields, what are the habits that you need to avoid? First is hitting the snooze button, means you have set an alarm for, let's say, 5:30. Once the alarm goes, you hit the snooze button, saying, okay, abhi thoda aur soyenge, 15 minutes or soyenge, आधा घंटा और सोएंगे. So that is called hitting the snooze button. What does that mean? You are starting the day without having the confidence or the enthusiasm to start the day. So first is hitting the snooze button is the bad habit of unsuccessful people. Second is skipping breakfast. Abhi मैं दौड़ूंगा, coffee पीऊंगा, चले जाऊंगा. That skipping breakfast results in unproductive day. Third, starting the day dehydrated. Dehydrated रात को मतलब पूरा सो के आ गए तो वैसे ही dehydration हो गया. Then you are having coffee and you are dehydrated even more. If you don't hydrate yourself properly, your productivity will go down. Next, avoiding physical activity. It could be running, jogging, swimming, anything. So that if you avoid physical exercise, you are not going to succeed. Then consuming negative news. There are so many TV channels which just talk of negative news and negative news. Please stop that. If you want to be successful, don't consume news in the morning. A cup coffee liya or news you are listening, that is the worst habit that can have. Give up negative news. Next, starting the day without a plan. What am I supposed to do today? What is my long-term vision? What is my today's plan? If you do not have that plan, you will not be successful. Like they say, the 4 quadrants of success. Planning what is urgent and important, what is urgent and not important, what is not important but urgent, and what is not urgent and not important. If that not urgent and not important you know what to avoid doing in life. You should know what to do and what not to do. So, this starting the day without a plan is leading to unsuccessful career. Then ignoring self-reflection. You did not think what you have to do, whether it is right, whether it is in the right resources. If you do not have that kind of perspective, it is not as if मैंने एक plan बनाया, I started the day. No. Whether I am supposed to do it today, whether I have the resources, whether I have the skills, that is called self-reflection. If you don't do self-reflection, again you will be unsuccessful. Then avoiding difficult tasks. You should not avoid difficult tasks. In fact, if you do the difficult task first, the easy task become much easy. So this 8 habits is given by a gentleman, Dr. Brown. So against Stephen Covey's habits of highly successful people, I have also told you what are the habits of highly unsuccessful people. So you have a choice in life. Life is always about choices and prices. At any point of time when you are at a crossroad, like Dr. Narayan Murthy has said, you are at a cliff. Either you can fall down or you can fly. Now it is up to you, like the speakers before me have told, this institution is providing you the right platform to grow. VIT is the place to learn and provides you a chance to grow. But it is up to you whether you would like to make a successful career out of this or you would like to be unsuccessful. So I'm sure you all want to be successful and that is why you are here. So please remember these 2 things, whether you want to fly or whether you want to fall. Next, normally when you join an organization, you will be told about SWOT. Now SWOT, normally all of us know, is strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. That is one dimension. What it actually means, this another famous author has said, the competitor's weakness is your strength. Your strength is the threat to the competitor. Your weakness is an opportunity to the competitor, and his weakness is your opportunity. So if you see SWOT, in SWOT and reverse of SWOT, you will always think, oh, competitor ka weakness mera strength hai. Competitors, my weakness is an opportunity for the competitor. So always learn to think two-dimension. This is the other point I wanted to say. Next, because I have worked under entrepreneurs, many of you may become entrepreneurs in your own right, while many people may go to employment. So if you are going to become an entrepreneur, please remember one thing what one of my bosses told. If your employees work from 9 to 5, you should work from 5 to 9. What does it mean? They are going to stick to their official timings of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But you should start your day at 5 a.m. and work till 9 p.m. That is when, as an entrepreneur, you will be successful. For those of you who are going to get into employment, I want to tell you two ways of looking at employment. One is, of course, things like stay focused, stay determined, and so on. I like one of Dr. Irai Anbu's famous quote. What he has said is, Vairagyam irundal, oru kadavu moodinalum, nooru kadavugal thirakkum. What does it mean? If you have the grit and determination, even if one door closes, 100 doors will open. So this, if you remember this philosophy in life, you will be able to face any situation. Because I have gone through various kind of bosses and various kind of employment situations, I will tell you one small advice. Never feel crushed. There may be several situations. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है मेरा पूरा crush हो गया. No. At that time, you think in your mind, I am a big sponge. जितना भी पानी मेरे ऊपर गिरेगा, I will absorb that entire, my sponge will absorb that entire water. And once that is over, the sponge will drain out all the water. So there are situations where you will have to take it like a sponge. And there are other situations like Dr. Sekar Viswanathan said, and Dr. Irai Anbu is humble, is an example in his own way. If people are going to meddle with ethics and values, people below you, people in your team, if they are going to meddle with ethics and values, you should be like a rock. I told you to be like a sponge in some situation. The other situations are those in which you have to be solid like a rock. That will ensure that you lead your team in the right possible way. So I have given you certain models in which you can decide how to make your life better, stronger. With these few words and with these few examples, I would like to again thank the Chancellor, Dr. Sekar Viswanathan, the Pro-Chancellor, and other distinguished guests for this wonderful opportunity. It is an exciting day for me, and I wish you all success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving a valuable tips to declutter both physical and mental toxins for our students.
Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Now, we would like to invite our visionary leader, Dr. G. Viswanathan, founder and chancellor, Vellore Institute of Technology, to give the presidential address.
Our chief guest of today, Dr. Irai Anbu IAS, former Chief Secretary, Government of Tamil Nadu. Our guest of honor, Mr. Ramesh Barath, Assistant Vice President, Ramco Group. Dr. Sekar Viswanathan, Vice President. Dr. Thyagarajan, Vice Chancellor. Dr. Thyagarajan, the advisor and former Vice Chancellor of University of Madras. Dr. Rajasekaran, other professors, students, and my dear parents. Very good morning to you. I am happy that Dr. Irai Anbu has accepted the invitation to be here today. I think he is coming here for the first time to Chennai campus. You must have heard about him. He is a great thinker, with forgetting that he is an IAS, is a writer, is a speaker, and a motivator. I am happy that he is going to address you. As it was pointed out, Ramesh Barath, even though he is vice president, we consider him as our old student because he was the leader of the class. He was a very intelligent student in the first batch. And that's why we always remember him. And today I find students from various parts of India are assembled here. This year we have students from 31 states and union territories. Today we are inaugurating chemistry, physics, data science, law, commerce, economics for the first time, and also psychology for the first time. I am very happy that I was a student of economics and law. I did my bachelor's and master's in economics from Loyola College and also law from Madras Law College. So I always remember my college days. When I was seeing you, I thought I went to my college days long back. It was in 50s and 60s. I did my 2 years BA and 2 years MA in Loyola College. I would like to inform our students, all the 4 years I never took leave. 100% attendance in all the 4 years. I don't know how many of you are going to be like that, because I was a boy from the rural area and I always wanted to compete with the city people, those who had English education. I studied in Tamil medium and was struggling for English language. Now we have students all over the world, as it was pointed out here. When Ramesh Barath was studying, with the total strength of the college was 180. That was the first batch, 1984. Now we have 4 campuses, Vellore, Chennai, Amaravati, Andhra Pradesh, and Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. And the 5th campus is coming up in Bangalore. In 4 campuses this year, we have crossed 90,000 students from all the states and union territories of India. According to last year, it was 75 countries were represented in VIT. Probably this year it may increase, the number of countries may increase. In fact, I used to think, why should we admit so many? The problem is government institutions restrict their student number. I don't know how many of you have studied this. All the senior IITs, 5, 6 of them are there, who have crossed 50 years. Their strength is around 10,000. They may go from 8,000 to 12,000, that's all. All the junior IITs, they admit 2,000, 3,000 to 4,000 students. That is central government. As far as the state government is concerned, none of them will admit more than 2,000 or 3,000. In fact, there is one university in Vellore, state government university, which is 22 years old, 23rd year now. The student strength is 680. Not that the Vice Chancellor or professors are willing to take more, but they don't get financial support. With limited finance, they will have to operate many courses so that they will restrict the numbers to 10, 15, 12, etc. The problem in our country is, I always admire the parents of India. But for the parents, there will not be any higher education. If at all there, it will be only 5 to 10%. At present, the gross enrollment ratio or access to higher education in India is 27%. But for the parents, this is not possible, because the government expenditure on education is very, very low. There has been a demand or a recommendation for the last 50 years
that 6% of the GDP should be spent on education. GDP is the total income, but we have never crossed 3%. In fact, this year it has come down to 2.9%. In 24-25, the budget is 47 lakh crores. 47 லட்சம் கோடியில் 1 லட்சம் கோடி தான் கல்விக்கு ஒதுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. That's why, in fact, there is a ranking, world ranking on government expenditure on education. Out of 198 countries, India's ranking is 155. That is the way we are spending on education. Any welfare state should take care of education and health, which is not happening. That's why the parents are compelled to spend. And their only problem is they will be able to spend for the child, son or daughter. They will not be able to find a placement. That we are able to achieve in VIT. Last year, 947 companies came for placement, and almost 90% of the engineering students and others were placed. For others, it takes 1 or 2 semesters more. And our students are there all over the world. In fact, only last night I returned from US. Last Sunday, I met our old students in Dallas, city of Dallas, in the Texas state. The previous Sunday, I met them in Chicago. They are all doing very well. Our students are there in 84 countries now. And that's what I want to inform you. There is no problem of employment provided you get good education, quality education. And we will prepare you. Our professors are capable of preparing you for the world market. Because there are a number of countries where the population is declining, where the young population is not enough to work for the industry or business. And we have an opportunity, especially with our English education. We can go all over the world and take over whatever is assigned to us. So it is up to you to get yourself equipped. You are going to be here for 3 years, 4 years, or integrated program 5 years. And these years are very, very essential in your life. If you are going to work hard for this 4 years or 5 years here, then the entire life you will enjoy. If you want to enjoy these 4-5 years, then the whole life you will suffer. That's what I want to tell you, because this is very crucial period when you are in the institution. There are a number of things which you can learn here. For example, as I told you, the attendance, punctuality, discipline. These are the things which you can learn here in an institution, which will be useful throughout your life. At the time, you may not like it. We will say you have to be on time, you cannot be late, etc., either for the class or for the hostel, etc. At that time, you may not like it, but later on in your life, you will say that it was a good rule. I find here we have about 11,000 students staying in the hostel. In Vellore, we have 28,000 students. 20,000 boys and 8,000 girls are staying in the hostel. Unless we have absolute discipline, it is not possible for them to survive, because they have to be safely returned back to home after 4 years or so, along with the placement. If you want to go for higher education also, we are willing to help you. We have departments separately for it. If you complete your bachelor's and want to go for master's in any country you like, we have arrangements with all the countries, US, Canada, UK, Australia, even European countries. These are all possible things. Only thing is, I want you to concentrate your studies, because we work only half of the year, you know. The rest of the half of the year, unless you want to send it usefully, it may not be helpful to you. That's what I would like to appeal to you. Our professors are there to guide you. In fact, there is a proctor system in VIT where about 20 or 25 students are allotted to one professor. He will be your local guardian because the parents are there hundreds and thousands of kilometers away. He will be the local guardian to you, whatever problem you have, academic problem, financial problem, family problem, whatever it is, you can confide with him and he will help you. Those who are slow learners, sometimes it happens, somebody may fail in a subject, one or two subjects, nothing wrong. Only thing is they will have to attend special classes whenever it is held, either in the evenings or in the holidays, Saturday, Sunday. We will take care of you, we will help you. Only thing is you will have to be a serious student in the whatever course you take, and ultimately we will find a job for you. And I find the students after 3-4 years of study, they draw a salary, first month salary is equivalent to or more than 10 times to 20 times that of the father. In fact, some students get more income than the professor who works for 25-30 years. That's the kind of opportunity available. You should be able to do it. I am so happy that you have joined. All of you have joined in many courses in VIT. We will take care of you. And only thing is that you should know that your parents depend upon you for their future. You are the only light for their future, and you will have to take care of your family, the society, and the country. Because only education can make a country into an advanced country. All other things will not help. If you want to get rid of poverty and ignorance, it can be done only through education, and particularly higher education. Giving them wheat, rice, sari or dhoti, it will be a temporary relief. It will not be a permanent relief for the society or the country. Giving them education will give full relief. Entire future will be. No doubt we are growing. We are the 5th largest economy of the world. We are going to be around $4 trillion. Our GDP is going to be $4 trillion. But when you take up the per capita income, Taninabar Varmanam, is $2,700. Their ranking is 136 in the world. We are far behind many countries. In order to remove that, we have to give education to all. Again, there is so much inequality in the country, economic inequality. Already we have enough social inequality because of the caste system. அது நம்மால் ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. ஆயிரக்கணக்கான வருஷமாக ஜாதியை நமக்கு கொடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டாங்க, அதை நம்மால் விட முடியாமல் இருக்கும். But in economics, economically, we can have better equality. At present, the top 10% of the population of this country own nearly 80% wealth of the country. The below 50% own only 3% wealth of the country. One of the most unequal societies in the world is India. If you want to reduce that, it can be done only through education. These are the things I wanted to inform you, that education is not only for you, it is for the family, for the benefit of the society and the benefit of the country. And we are here to give you quality education. Our professors, very good professors we have, they are recruited from all over the country, and many are trained outside the country also in the advanced countries. They will help you. In the proctor system will be very successful. You will be able to get whatever you want, and ultimately we will find a job for you. These are the things I wanted to inform you today. I am happy that Dr. Irai Anbu is here to talk to you. He is a seasoned administrator, writer, speaker, and motivator. I would like to thank him on behalf of VIT and also our old student, Mr. Ramesh Barath. Thank you very much.
Padirilivam Semparul Kandar Vaichul. Thank you so much, sir, for your lovable, kind, and virtuous words. Now we would like to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Irai Anbu, IAS, former Chief Secretary, Tamil Nadu.
It's my immense pleasure to introduce Dr. V. Irai Anbu, IAS, former Chief Secretary to the Government of Tamil Nadu. Sir, being born as the fourth child to his parents, is a native of Salem, a district in Tamil Nadu. After finishing his schooling in his native, the love towards the green nature, he joined in the Tamil Nadu Agriculture University and did his BSc Agriculture there. He was the university rank holder of his time. He didn't stop there. Sir went on to do his master's in business management, English, labor management, psychology. He has doctorate of philosophy in trade administration, English and agriculture. He also has postdoctorate in management. Sir joined in the state's agriculture department as an agriculture officer and did many social activities to the nearby villages, which made his passion towards serving the society and uplifting them grow. Later, he became an IRS officer. After training, he became Assistant Commissioner of Income Taxes. He again appeared for the exam and became the IAS Irai Anbu as we know now. He was the first in the state and 15th all over the country in the 1987 civil service exam. He has served the country in many places and has a vast experience and knowledge in every field of the government. He started his duty in the Civil Service Department with being the Assistant Collector of Nagapattinam Division. He has been the Additional Collector of District Kadalur and the District Collector of Kanchipuram. He served in various positions in various departments during his tenure. He finally retired as the Chief Secretary to the Government of Tamil Nadu. Sir decided to focus on the youth and shape his speech and writing in such a way as to instill faith and zeal in them. He considered this as his main purpose and is still working on it in many ways. He has written many books and won many awards for the books. Now, after his retirement, he is still eager to inspire us by his letters and poems. During his span, he has conducted many awareness programs, workshops for the youths of the state. Most of the Tamil Nadu youngsters currently follow Sir's words and contributing to the society one or the other way. Sir's life is an example of hard work, perseverance, and passion. Sir is a priceless diamond that we are fortunate to have in the country and with us now. He has held various leadership positions: Assistant Commissioner, Municipal Administration, Director, Department of News and Public Relations, District Collector, Kanchipuram, Additional Collector, South Arcot, Additional Secretary, CM Secretariat, Secretary, Department of News and Tourism, Secretary, Department of Tourism and Culture, Secretary, Department of Environment and Forestry, Chief Secretary, Department of Personal and Administrative Reforms, Chief Director, Anna Management Center, Principal Secretary, Commissioner, Department of Economics and Statistics, Principal Secretary, Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Agency. Sir, we are honored to invite you to address the gathering now.
Dr. G. Viswanathan, Honorable Chancellor and Founder of VIT. Thiru Ramesh Barath, Vice President, Brand Management, Ramco Cements and Guest of Honor. Dr. Sekar, Vice President. Dr. Thyagarajan, Pro-Chancellor. Dr. Thyagarajan, Advisor. Dr. Manoharan, Additional Registrar. Dean Academics and Dean Student Welfare. Professors, HODs, parents of the students and the freshers. I am extremely happy to be here with you this morning to share some of my experiences for shaping your future in this esteemed institution. As it was rightly mentioned by the Chancellor in his address, it is very important to develop the concept of delaying the gratification so that you can preserve pleasure for your later life and work hard when you are in this institution. He also mentioned the crucial role of education in shaping your future, and by virtue of your hard work, you can make a career that will be rewarding. I request all the students who have come here to join in this institution to take his advice sincerely, as it emanates from a person who has achieved so many things in his life, and work hard every minute to reach your destination. It is very important to know that the journey is equally important. Many a person think of the destination as the ultimate objective in their life, and in the process they fail to enjoy their lives. I would request you to enjoy every minute in this institution. If you start enjoying the education, it will become a joy for you, and every moment will become a bliss. When you are able to dispel the darkness by virtue of the light of wisdom that you are going to gain in this institution, it is going to be a pleasant journey. I also would like to highlight a few points advised by the guest of honor, Mr. Ramesh Barath. He was rightly mentioning that communication is 90% listening and 10% talking. Today, listening is often called as the forgotten skill, as it is said by Shakespeare in his Henry IV. There is a character called Falstaff who says that I suffer from the disease of not listening. Many a time we find people who suffer from the disease of not listening. Another important aspect that he mentioned is about missing breakfast. I am reminded of the portraits in the libraries of the United States of America. They will have Jefferson, Lincoln, Washington, and Benjamin Franklin, and written below that all these great men never missed breakfast. Breakfast is extremely important for one reason, that you have long hours of fasting after your dinner, and if you skip your breakfast, your brain will be longing for glucose, and if it doesn't get proper glucose, you will become tired, fatigued, and you will not be able to listen to the classes. The third important aspect that he said is about postponing the easiest works and attending to the difficult works. These three important aspects are very, very crucial in shaping your future. I must also appreciate the scintillating speech given by the Pro-Chancellor. He seems to be a polyglot, uttering the welcome speech in various languages with a lot of humor. I am reminded of the body language that he has used here, which was akin to the speeches used to be delivered by Adolf Hitler and Khomeini. So many gesticulations and gestures, and it attracted the audience. And he told us about the facilities in the institution and how prestigious it is to join in this institution. You must take every word that he uttered to your heart and work hard so that your parents who have come here will feel happy. The school from which you have come here will feel happy. I am reminded of the golden days when I joined my agricultural university in Coimbatore. When I entered into the university, I was amazed to see the sanguine buildings, the cerulean sky, and the verdant vegetations. And I was highly impressed about the imposing architecture. And I felt grateful for joining that prestigious institution. I met my seniors who guided me, helped me to choose books, and they only told me that I should take up competitive examinations. When you join a college, in the initial stages, you will have a little bit of apprehension. You will have a little bit of fear. but slowly you will overcome it by interacting with your fellow students and by interacting with your seniors. This orientation program is to make you aware of the facilities in this institution and also to make you feel that you have joined the right institution, and it will pave the way for your success throughout your life. Salary is not important, remuneration is not important, but acquiring knowledge is very, very important. If you are well versed in your subject, the whole world will be after you. If you possess essential skills, all the people will be enthralled to have you in them, and you will guide them in the right direction. I will tell you that there are a few aspects which are very, very important as a fresher to understand, grasp, and follow. The first and foremost thing that you have to do in this institution is to develop the language skills. As it was mentioned by the Pro-Chancellor and by the Vice President, language skills are very, very important, not only for law or for computer science, for any course that you have joined here. Language skills can be developed only in the college because by interacting with the students from various states, you can develop the language skills. The second important thing is to become street smart. In the schools, you would have been pampered by the students. I always tell them that too much of pampering will be hampering for the children. So, you are independent now, and you should not feel shy to approach the strangers, ask for the details, learn from them, manage your affairs on your own, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning without anybody goading you, and those skills are very, very important. You have to become street smart. The third important thing is the society expects you to be slightly mature. In the schools, you would have been childish, sometimes childlike, but parents were there to guide you. But in the college, they expect you to behave with a sort of maturity, and I request all of you to behave like a college student henceforth. The fourth important thing is to develop the physique. As it was mentioned by Mr. Ramesh Barath, physical activity is important, nutrition is important. This is the time you develop stamina and strength so that you can work hard not only in your academics but also in future to shape the lives of so many people whom you are going to come across. The fifth one is very, very important, and that is life skill. You should be aware of your own self. You should develop communication capabilities. You should have emotional intelligence. You should have problem-solving capabilities. You should have decision-making. You should have empathy, and all these skills are very, very important for you to shine in your life. The next skill that is very, very important is the analytical skill. In the schools, most of the time, it would be a memory-based education, but when you join the university, you have to analyze, you have to dissect, you have to understand, grasp, and apply. Knowledge is just knowing. Knowing alone is not going to be important because you should have wisdom. I am reminded of the words of T.S. Eliot, who said that where is the wisdom that we have lost in knowledge, and where is the knowledge that we have lost in information, and where is the life that we have lost in living. So it is very, very important that you read, understand, and see how it could be applied in day-to-day life. The next important thing is discipline. In schools, you would have been conditioned. Most of the time, in schools, you come across a homogeneous population. All the students from the same area, they speak the same tongue. Most of them have the same culture. They have the same economic background. But in the college, you have children from various backgrounds, from diverse economic situations. Therefore, it is very, very important that conditioning is not going to be helpful in the college. You should be self-disciplined. Every walk of your life is to be appreciated and understood by others. You have the professors here to guide you, but on your own, You should develop certain abilities to manage yourself. You should be self-dependent and you should not be too dependent on others as well as your parents. The next important thing is to expand your knowledge. This is the time you go for reference books, read lot of literature, not only from the curriculum, but also from literature and history. If you start reading extra books, your language skills will improve, your maturity will improve, your understanding about the world will also improve. All these 10 skills are highly crucial in the college. So, my dear students, I have been asked to talk on the students' contribution to the future of the nation and economic development. Just for a few students, I would like to say that for the first time you would have landed in a different place. It may be an alien place for you. With my experience, I have traveled the length and breadth of this country and I have understood one thing: the people are the same everywhere. Nation is not the mountains and valleys. It is not the rivers and streams. It is not the plateaus and plains. It is the people who live in that particular geographic region. Therefore, don't be scared about the new ambience and atmosphere. In a few days, you will be able to get accustomed to this new environment and manage yourself well. If you want to really contribute to the nation, it is only by making your education as a penance. Every minute in your life is going to be crucial. Even if you lose money, you can earn it. Even if you have little bit of setbacks in your health, you can get recuperated in a short span of time. But if you lose even 1 minute, you cannot regain it. Therefore, make education as your penance. The second important thing is embrace technology. Use technology for the right purpose. As it was mentioned by the guest of honor, don't be swayed by the electronic media. Don't be swayed by the electronic gadgets. Don't get imbibed in watching the useless things in the electronic media and waste your time. Spend every minute judiciously and use the technology for positive purpose. The third important thing is to become an entrepreneur and an innovator. Only by becoming an innovator, you can contribute to this nation. The fourth important thing is the ecological intelligence. There are 3 intelligences which are highly crucial in the college life. The first one is to have social intelligence, to move with even the strangers in a friendly way, to move with anybody without getting perturbed. The second thing is emotional intelligence. Don't get stressed. Even if you have unfavorable situations, try to master your emotions. That is very, very important. The third one is ecological intelligence. Today, the world is much bothered about something called the climate change. A few people call it as climate crisis. I have seen that the students have come here to join in MSc Chemistry and MSc Physics. It is very, very important that we deal with this climate crisis in a very big way. Otherwise, we will suffer more due to inundation and urban floods. In this situation, how your education is going to be useful to combat this crisis is very important. I have heard that there is one country called Bhutan, which has got carbon negativity, not carbon neutral, but carbon negativity. It is mainly because of the environmental conditions in Bhutan. Therefore, the students who have joined the science disciplines have to work on this ecological intelligence, have to work on this climate crisis, and that is very, very important. The next important thing that I would advise all of you is to make your life a great pilgrimage of knowledge in this institution. If you are going to do this from day 1 onwards, your life is going to be smooth. There are 3 types of time: the long time, middle time, and end time. Your long time starts when the college opens. If you are able to manipulate your long time effectively, when you start your studies on the very first day of your college, it's going to be like a game. It's going to be like a play. If you are going to start your studies in the middle time, it is going to be tedious. You will not be able to achieve greater heights in your life. If you start preparing at the end time, it will be arduous, strenuous, cumbersome, and almost not possible. Therefore, you are now at the edge of the long time. Make use of every minute that you are going to have in this institution productively, economically, and judiciously. When you come out of this institution, all of you should come out with flying colors and make a significant contribution to this nation. With these few words, I congratulate you all because you have all joined this institution only because of the hard work that you have done for the past 14 years in your life. When a tree blossoms, and if somebody inquires what is the age of the flower, it is not 1 day or 2 days. It starts from the day you planted the tree. Similarly, you have done 14 years of hard work, starting from your LKG, and now you have come into a prestigious institution. So I congratulate all of you for the hard work that you have done so far, and I am sure that you will continue to do the hard work so that you can make a mark in this society. Thank you very much.
I'm sure that our students definitely take up your words, and the graph of the motivation to learn will never get taper off, and it would be a perfect blend of technology in the process of learning, and they will be definitely emotionally intelligent. Thank you once again. Now it's a time to honor. Now I would like to request our Chancellor, sir, to felicitate our Chief Guest, Dr. Irai Anbu, IAS, former Chief Secretary, Tamil Nadu.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Vice President, sir, Dr. Sekar Viswanathan, to come forward to felicitate our guest of honor, Mr. Ramesh Barath, Assistant Vice President, Brand Management, Ramco Cements.
Thank you, sir. உவப்பத் தலைக்கூடி உள்ள பிரிதல் அனைத்தே புலவர் தொழில். The scholars always make us to feel that when we are going to learn from them again.
We would like to call Dr. V. Rajshekaran, Director Student Welfare, VIT Chennai, to give a vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It's my honor and privilege to extend the vote of thanks to this August gathering. Today has been a remarkable day filled with inspiration and valuable insights. As John F. Kennedy says, we must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our lives. First, let me thank our chief guest, Dr. Irai Anbu, IAS, former Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu. Your words were profound and thought-provoking, providing us wisdom and guidance that will cherish us, sir. You are a true inspiration to lakhs and lakhs of people. With your profound wisdom and humility, you are always a role model to every one of us. As Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Your presence and words have made a significant impact on us. Thank you so much for your great presence and valuable address, sir. Our sincere thanks to our proud alumnus of first batch of VIT, Mr. Ramesh Barath, Assistant Vice President, Brand Management, Ramco Systems, our guest of honor, for taking this time to be with us today. Thank you very much, sir. Your address was enlightening and has certainly left a lasting impression on our freshers. Our alumni are always great inspiration to our students, as you are the true epitome of VIT's success. Your words and deeds are more authentic to our present students as they see them as they see them in your success. Thank you for your inspiring presence and insightful address. Thank you, sir. VIT, what is today is only because of our visionary leader, scholar and great personality, our honorable founder and chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan. We always love to listen to your insightful wisdom, sir. Your presidential address was truly inspiring, and your dedication to education and excellence continues to guide VIT towards new heights. As Nelson Mandela stated, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Your unwavering commitment to education embodies this powerful truth. Thank you so much for your great presence and valuable address. It is my immense pleasure to extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed Vice President, Dr. Sekar Viswanathan. The best way to predict the future is to create it. As stated by Peter Drucker, reflects your proactive approach towards shaping future of VIT, sir. Your words of encouragement and support are always a great source of motivation for us. Thank you very much for your meticulous guidance to make this induction program a grand success. Thank you very much, sir. Next, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. T. Thyagarajan, our Vice Chancellor, for his warm welcome and excellent welcome address and insights about VIT Chennai. Thank you very much, sir. I extend my sincere thanks to our advisor, Dr. S.P. Thyagarajan, Additional Registrar, Dr. P.K. Manoharan, for your support. Thank you, sirs. I thank Dean Academics, Dr. Naimullah Khan, and Deans of various schools and Directors of various sections and centers for their valuable presence. I extend my gratitude to the parents. Thank you for trusting us with your children's education and future. By this time, you should have understood that you had admitted your ward in a great institution. From your nucleus family, your ward has joined to VIT joint family. Here, each and every member of the family will render support, guidance, ensuring your son and daughter comes out with flying color. We assure you that we will stand for your trust. Accept my sincere thank you very much. My dear students, welcome to the VIT family. We are excited to embark on this journey with you. As you begin this new chapter in your lives, remember the words of Malcolm X, education is the passport to the future. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. You will get a permanent visa for your successful future here in VIT. You are going to have splendid experience and exposure here. Let's strive together for excellence in every sphere of your life in this campus. Thank you for joining us. I thank all the press people for their valuable presence and wide coverage to this program. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much, says Helen Keller. I would like to acknowledge the efforts of all the committee faculty members, staff, student volunteers who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of this event. Your collective effort has made today possible. Thank you very much. We are immensely grateful to every one of you who has contributed to making this induction program a grand success. Once again, thank you very much. May God bless you.
Thank you, sir.